Hey everyone, it's Bethany from the BottleRock Talent Bank team, and today I'll be telling the stories behind the shots. Alright, photo number 1. So this one is Logic. He performed in 2019, and fun little story time here. We get writers obviously for each of the artists, and I love to go through them to see if there's anything fun that they included on their writer. And on his, I got to the last page and it said, not required, but appreciated. And one of the first points was a puppy slash dog. And it just so happens that our culinary stage director, Kim, just got a brand new Australian Shepherd puppy named Biscuit. Insert photo of Biscuit. And I was just like, oh my God, like, what a coincidence, this is incredible. So I hit her up, fast forward again, I'm in Logic's green room area and I have Biscuit with me. And so I hear him coming in, walking through the gate, I release Biscuit upon them and she just like goes to town with puppy kisses all over Logic's face. It was so adorable. He like looked at her, he was like, who are you? Looked up at me and he was like, who are you? Like what's going on? Yeah, it was just a really cool moment. And I asked him, I was like, oh, has anyone like ever fulfilled this before? He was just like, he's like, no, you're the first. And I was like, it's like, yes. Number 2, the lovely one and only Jeff Goldblum. Icon, can't say enough good things. He had his own set on 3rd stage. He also had an appearance on the Williams-Sonoma culinary stage, and I had the pleasure of escorting him and his team over to the stage. And you know, he was in this very kind of loud suit, kind of zebra print head to toe. People started noticing, like waving at him, and he started blowing kisses back to them. And I looked over at him and I was just like, it's like, Jeff, you're gonna make these ladies fall out. And he looked at me and he was just like, oh darling, watch them fall. And then just continued to glide his way over to the culinary stage. Probably one of my favorite moments because it was just such a funny and I feel like very Jeff Goldblum moment. I miss him and he should come back to BottleRock. The next one is the incredible, lovely, perfect Miley Cyrus. She performed in 2021 and I actually had the privilege of watching her sound check that morning, which was something I never dreamed that I would ever get to do. You know, she has, obviously as a millennial, I watched Hannah Montana growing up, so she was definitely by far my favorite performance we've ever had at BottleRock. And next, oh my God, Pink. This was so incredible. She performed in 2022, and as we all know, she flew across the entire main stage green on her zip line, which, like, what's your ab workout? How do you do this? This is incredible. Yeah, shout out Pink. Oh, I need a sip of water.
It's okay.
Water break. All right, next we have The Offspring and Ed Sheeran, which if you were here at BottleRock in 2024, I can almost bet that you were over at this set because the crowd was absolutely massive, totally insane, and got even more insane when Ed Sheeran walked out to perform A Million Miles Away by The Offspring. You know, it's one really cool thing about a music festival is like we're able to kind of bring artists together that maybe have never performed together. It was just one of those really incredible moments that it's still talked about. Hope to eventually have either and or both back at a future BottleRock. Bruno Mars. Again, you know, I said Miley Cyrus was my favorite, but this was definitely top 5 performances I've ever seen at BottleRock. He was up on stage, probably one of the biggest crowds we've had on the main stage, watching him do his thing, dancing incredibly, and then he said, oh, BottleRock, it's like the fancy Coachella, and that I think gained so much press, which was pretty incredible to see, pretty funny also. And yeah, it was just really cool to look out on the crowd and see everyone there having an absolute blast, time of their lives. Ooh, next, Billy motherfucking Strings, people. Can I get a round of applause for him in the comments? He performed in 2023, which was definitely a check mark off my bucket list for me. Saw him for the very first time back in 2018 at the Mystic Theater in Petaluma. After that show, I was talking to my bosses about him and being like, we gotta book him, like he's this really incredible up and coming bluegrass guy, and like come on, like let's do something fun, like throw me a bone kind of a thing. And every year, like, it was like clockwork. I was like, Billy Strings, Billy Strings. And then finally in 2023, sent the offer, confirmed, and it was just like a bit of a little dream come true for me because he was such an incredible performer. I love him so much and can't wait to see him again. Next, we have the lovely Noah Kahan, who, I don't know if many people remember this, but he actually performed on the third stage in 2022, like middle of the day kind of a set, you know, like very early on in his career. And then we actually had the pleasure of booking him again to headline the festival this last year on Sunday night, which was just really cool and heartwarming to see, like the trajectory of his career just in a short period of time. Last but not least, we have the incredible Pearl Jam, or Eddie Vedder and Bradley Cooper, which, funny enough, Bradley Cooper was just at the festival because he had started a Philly cheesesteak company or brand. He did a little pop-up in the festival and he was just slinging Philly cheesesteaks for an hour or so. Eddie Vedder actually was working with Bradley Cooper during the movie A Star is Born. So it was kind of one of those things we were like, you know, maybe hoping that they would get together on stage and sing one of the songs, and lucky for all of us, he did. And it was probably one of the most incredible things to see them two connecting on stage. Thanks so much for sitting with me while I tell the story behind the shots, and looking forward to making more memories with you all this coming BottleRock.